Let's use some of the ideas from this while loop for another problem. The function up to vowel is what we will implement. It has one string parameter, and it will return a string. It's going to return a substring of the string parameter s from index 0 up to, but not including the first vowel. So rather than print the way we did in our example in the shell, we want to accumulate the substring and return it. We'll use the accumulator pattern that we saw earlier to solve this problem. The variable before vowel will initially refer to an empty string, and we will accumulate the string to be returned in before vowel. The while loop that we are going to use is the exact same one that we wrote earlier. We want to loop over the characters of the string, starting at position 0, until we encounter a vowel or until the end of the string is reached. Inside the body of the loop, we want to add to the before vowel accumulator. So before vowel will get its current value plus the character, which is the character at position I of string s. We need to increment the index, adding 1 to it, so that we can then move on to the next character. And at the end of this function, the substring is returned. So before vowel will be returned. Let's run this code now and call the function from the shell. For the first function call, we expect to get h. For the second one, where there is the argument, th should be returned. And in the third example, which contains only consonants, no vowels, the entire string is returned. Let's implement one more function. The name of this function is getAnswer. And this function will prompt the user with a question, asking for a yes or no answer. The user will provide the answer, and we want to continue prompting them until the answer they enter is yes or no. So it may take 1 try, or 10, or 100 tries before the user enters the right answer. At the end, we will return the answer that the user entered. Let's implement this function, beginning with the prompt. So we want to call input using the prompt passed as an argument to getAnswer, and store the result in the answer variable. Let's specify the condition now under which we want to reprompt the user. So the body of the while loop is going to be a duplicate of the code from above, which is the single line of code that prompts the user with that question. We would like to keep prompting them when the answer is not the one we're looking for. So if the answer is yes or no, we would stop. And when the answer is not yes or no, the loop needs to continue. At the end of the while loop, once it has finished executing, the answer is returned. You may have noticed that I didn't include any example calls in the docstring. That's because the execution of this function is reliant upon the user input, and I can't predict what the function will return because it depends on what the user enters. Let's run this though now to check to see that it's performing as expected. Calling getAnswer, I'll pass a prompt. And we're prompted with the question. If I answer maybe, we're reprompted. Say it's late, we get prompted again. Not really, we get prompted again. Whoops. Finally, if I enter yes, yes is returned by the function. Let's try that one more time. This time, I'm going to answer no right away. So the body of the while loop won't be executed because the while loop condition will be false the very first time that it is checked. No is returned by the function in this case.